I was thinking about going skydiving the other day, but I was a little concerned. It looked difficult. Then my friend told me the only thing that's difficult is the landing. My name is Victor Ashley with Skyline Properties. I'm a real estate agent out of Seattle, Washington. You can reach me directly at 425-559-4590. Thank you for liking, subscribing, and following. And then if you'd like, also leave a comment in the, if you like the content, leave a comment in the comment section. Or you could just drop me a note at the number I just gave you, or my email is also listed in the description. I want to say thank you to anyone that's been watching my content and actually reaching out to me. I really appreciate the support and the occasional snide comment I get from my friends. But I'm a newer YouTuber, and I've been doing real estate now for going on 2 years. Just finishing up my 11th transaction. And I keep on getting asked by my friend group and then the people that I interact with daily, hey, how do I do this? Or Victor, what do you think of this in real estate? So I was like, hey, why don't I just make a channel, and then I could just say, hey, I talked about it on my YouTube channel. So if this kind of stuff matters to you, or if you have a question directly, feel free to get a hold of me either in the comment section, or you can also email me or text me. And 2 weeks ago, I just did a relocation one because somebody asked me, hey, what's it look like if I relocated? It should be right here. But yeah, if that kind of stuff interests you, it might interest other people. So let's talk about it. Let's just get a hold of me. All right, so thanks again, and let's get started with our review. So I've been reviewing rent. I had a series on rent in the Linwood area for the last couple of days. It's listed on my playlist here. But specifically, what we were talking about in rent was from the buyers, from somebody that's priced out on the buyer's perspective. And then also I finished it up with one video on if somebody had bought a house and they were looking to rent it out, but they had bought it recently and they don't have a lot of equity. That's the kind of content that matters to you. Feel free to, also just look at it in the playlist. But I've had that conversation a lot lately, and I thought I'd make a series on it. But now we're getting back to our regular area reviews. And let's go back into the Queenanne neighborhood in 98119. And if you don't know this, that's actually the zip code I live in. So this is kind of spot on. All right, let's get started. Okay, so the first thing that we got to do is we got to figure out where Queenanne is. Okay, so Queenanne is right next to the Space Needle. Here's our little icon of the Space Needle. And then this is the majority of Queenanne. Okay, so Queenanne, there's an upper and a lower. They also renamed it North, and occasionally they call it Uptown, just so you have an idea. But Queenanne's changed names a couple of times on just their lower and upper zone. But just for the most part, we're just going to refer to this as Queenanne as a whole. Over here is Inner Bay Golf Course right here. That's where I lose a lot of my golf balls. And then this is the Ballard Bridge right here. Also, you should be able to see this, but this is 99 and this is I-5. One fun fact that you might not know, before I-5 was built, Highway 99 was the main interchange coming through there. And that's one of the reasons why you see a lot of the older main hotels or a lot of strip malls and such down 99, because that's the original drag that everything was built around. Okay, so yeah, just a quick little history lesson there. Okay, so let's get into actual Queenanne. And what I did is I did a area review again. What I do is I pull all the active listings in the zip code for the 98119, and then I put it through an aggregator. And my aggregator is just a straight cost versus your square footage. And now we get a cost per square foot. And that's over on the left-hand side of my screen right now. So when I came out with an average price per square foot of $577. But the thing that really interests me, and this is the reason why I keep on doing these kind of presentations for you guys, is the average house for sale under $1 million right now is $628,000, and it's been on the market for almost 2 months, so 58 days. It has 2 beds and 1.5 bath, and it's a little over 1,100 square feet. Now, my personal, just so you know, my personal journey, I'm also a renter, and this is actually my zip code. So whenever I'm doing these reviews, I'm taking it from the mindset of my apartment. My apartment is a 2-bed, 1 bath, and it is 770 square feet. Still looking for the extra 70 feet. I'm not exactly sure where it is. Okay, so what does it actually cost us to buy this $628,000 house? That's a good question, and I'm glad that you brought it up because I actually did the numbers already for you. So you're going to need a household income. This is 1, 2, maybe even 3 people in the household contributing. But the household income is going to be needed of $180,000, low monthly debts in our scenario, and $60,000 down payment. The reason why I use these numbers is because this is the general numbers that I see in the area when I'm doing this when I'm doing this exercise. And again, everybody's credit scenario is completely different. So if you have any questions on that, you can get a hold of me, or you could drop a comment and I'll connect you with one of the mortgage officers that I know and recommend. And then if you'd like, I could just give you a couple of different names and numbers, and we'll see if that works for you. But right here, we have $180,000 for your household income, low debt, down payment, $60,000. And again, everybody's credit scenario is different. And today, Google recommended we use an interest rate of 7.4, 7.34. Right now, I'm seeing the interest rates bouncing between 7.2 and 7.5, just so you know. And then also, this does not include an immaculate credit. This is a credit range of 700 to 720, just so you have an awareness. Okay, so that would bring us to a purchase price just over $632,000. Now, on the monthly payment side, we're going to do that a little bit different. $572,000 is what we would actually be buying on the mortgaged amount. This is what we call the mortgaged amount. This is the note that the bank holds. Of the note that the bank holds, our monthly payment would be $3,900, not including taxes, any kind of HOAs, any kind of special assessments. This only includes the payment and the interest. And the reason why I told you that is because when we get into this example here that I'm going to pull up here, you're going to notice that there's HOA costs. For some reason, all my videos that I talk about HOAs keep on getting higher views. So if that's something that you guys want me to get into, just drop me a comment and I'd be happy to actually go into the HOAs more. But from what you could tell, HOA costs, if you don't know this, they affect your purchasing power. Okay, so, and also because I'm a nerd and I want to talk about affordability too, I have a little list of all the breakdowns right here, all the zip codes that I track. And this is the average household that is in this zip code, what they actually make. This is the average. This is the average purchaser. And now we're going to look at the average household that's still in the zip code right now. In the zip code right now, the average person makes the average household makes $106,000. Sounds like a lot, but it's really not when we get into this. Now, more than likely, they're going to use an FHA if they're going to buy. Interest rates are a little different on FHA, just so you know, and as well as the down payment. You only need a minimum of 3.5% on an FHA. Again, for this scenario, we're going to be bringing about $25,000. That's going to be more than the 5%. It's going to be closer to 7% down, just so you know. But for $106,000 with $25,000 down, on an FHA with, again, the same credit scenario we use in this calculator, our purchase price is only $351,000. So now you just have an idea of what the average person actually purchasing in the zip code is buying or can have the ability to buy versus what the average person or household in the zip code can actually afford. So I'm not seeing a lot of videos on affordability. So if this matters to you, just like, subscribe, follow, and again, you could share it with your friends if this is something that matters to you. Okay, so let's go into our 4 that we're going to review. And I went through it last night, but there was a couple that came up here that I really wanted to talk about. And let's go first to number 4. So number 4 came out to, it was only on the market for 1 day. This is brand new. It's above our market average. This is $642 a square foot. So this is about $70 more than our market average, which is roughly, and again, I'm not doing the math for you right now, but this is 12% higher than the average, just so you know. So let's get into number 4, and we'll take a quick review of it. Okay, so number 4 is 2 beds, 1 bath, 756 square feet, and it's been on the market for 2 days, and it's $484,000. Now, this sounds sneakily like my apartment. So let's take a quick look. Okay, so let's get into the HOAs. HOAs are $622. Okay, so let's take a quick look at what that actually affects our purchase price. So right here we have our monthly debts of $250. Now we're going to add our HOAs, and that's going to increase our monthly amount of commitments up to $870. So just now, so you can see it right now, if you're on the regular household, that has decreased your purchasing power by over $70,000. So it's pretty sizable, and this is the reason why we have to, if you go and you get a pre-approval letter or a qualification, or you just run your numbers on Google and you're like, hey, Victor, I want to see this house. Okay, let's take a look at it. Let's check your numbers real quick, and then we're going to go in, because we don't want to go to the negotiating table and you can't actually buy this house. That would be highly disappointing for you. And then at the same time, I wouldn't be actually doing my due diligence to make sure that you could do that. So I just want to point out HOAs over and over again, because I just noticed a lot of people are not talking about it right now. Okay, so $622 a month, and our price per square foot is $642. So let's take a look on the inside here, and hopefully you all can see my screen, because I'm still trying to figure out exactly where my face is in this video. And if you don't know, I'm going to be using a new software next week, but right now we're keeping the same hardware, but the software is going to be changing next week. Okay, so the inside, we have, looks like it's a remodeled 2nd floor unit, slightly remodeled, kitchen. You have your hard floor in here. This is actually looks like real hardwood. I think this was remodeled in the late 90s, just based on the kind of look of it. I do like the balcony. This is very nice additional space, and it's overlooking a non-busy road. And then in the inside, we get into the kitchen. Our kitchen seems to be working on this. I went to one condo 2 weeks ago in the Queenanne area, and the dishwasher opened, but it barely passed the fridge, because they were actually kind of looking at each other. So it was very specific. I have a video on that, and you can take a look at that later. Again, I'm trying to avoid putting all of these links in the description, just so you know. But this is a good looking, starter condo here. Like I think that this is a good starter, or something that somebody that might be wanting to pick up, move into their second home, or move up in condo. This is a nice little one going on. There's a lot of tile work in here, a lot of upgrades. These built-in shelves, we just don't see them anywhere right now. So that's really cool, and I really like it. One thing that I talk about with the condos is you want to see if there's any parking available. Looks like there is some parking available in here, and it might actually be in here. Park in spot 7. Okay, so it looks like spot 7 might be the one that belongs to that unit. So pretty cool. Let's take a look at now number 6. Let's go to number 6. I reviewed it before, and I wanted to go through it real quick because this is an example of one that doesn't have a price decrease that's really going to move the market. I just did my Linwood comparisons from March over March, from March 2022 to March 2023, just the first week of March in each. And the prices have come back about 10%. So I wanted to be really, poignant and just say, hey, look, a lot of people that are actually making these price decreases, they're not making it a significant amount to keep up with the market. This one's been on the market now for a little over 3.5 months, and they've only reduced your price by $9,000. So this is just an example of something that you're going to have to talk to with your agent more. But as you can tell, it was originally on the market actually 3 years ago in the middle of COVID, in the beginning of COVID, for $600,000. And the sale actually failed. And then it came on in October, right before Halloween. It's been at the same price, and they've only changed their price 3 months ago, $9,000. So this is just a seller that just hasn't actually come to a point where they're ready to sell. Let's get on the inside. And this might be the reason why they might be living there right now. That's the reason. So you can see this is not regular staging. This is a lot of actual purchase personal items. Just so you know, when we get into this, you're going to notice some personal items in this. But the countertops haven't been replaced with any kind of granite or hard stone. And then the cabinets are doable. But as you can tell, this, you might not be able to see this, but this is a refrigerator right here that is all wooded. So it has a wood covering in the front. As I said earlier, there's a lot of personal items in here. You want to avoid that if you can and you're trying to sell. But like I said, they are still living here. They're comfortable, and they've been trying to sell this, but they are not, from what I can tell, trying very hard to sell it. Let's go to the last one here. And again, these are not a buy or sell recommendations that I'm making right now. These are just my quick, honest opinion whenever I see these. I do not represent you, and I do not represent these people. I'm just trying to give you an example of what some of the things that come out to me over and over again when I see these, and also, get into, hey, can I afford this? Is this in my price point? Is this something that actually works for me? That's the reason why I make this content, because again, I have all my friends and clients, they reach out to me and they ask me the same thing. So I just wanted to take a quick moment and talk about that, because I don't usually talk about it, but right now I don't represent you, but you can hire me. And I just gave you my number earlier. If you missed it, it's in the description below, and you can get a hold of me in the Seattle area, and I'd be happy to meet you and work for you and work with you in accomplishing your goals. Let's go to number 2, and then we're done for the day. So number 2 came on 26 days ago. So number 2 came on 26 days ago. I just want to say, I did not check the HOA for the previous one, but just keep that in mind. I might go back and just add the HOA in the comments later. Okay, so number 2 here, it's been on the market now for 26 days. Our purchase price is $350,000. Our price per square foot is $567. So that is almost exactly our market average from what I can tell. It's built in 1990, and our HOAs are not as crazy as all the other ones, but it's still $395. So again, that's going to affect our purchase price, just so you're all aware. So if we do $650, because that would put us back to our rough amount, and with our average person, what they make in this area, the average household, we're getting pretty close to being able to purchase this. But again, for a single person or just a single income, it might be a bit tight. So I just want to give you an idea. But this is one bed, one bath, and 617 square feet, and it's 26 days on market. And let's take a look on the inside. Okay, inside, I reviewed this one before. This one is, again, not professionally staged, but things that I noticed in here, the LVP flooring's already been put in here, as well as some of the molding's been upgraded. From what I can tell, it might have been an investor that came in and originally remodeled this, just because of kind of how the look is on this. Cabinets, kitchen, hard stone on top. This could be granite, not exactly sure. And again, the staging wise, there's not a lot of staging in this. It's just, they're using their own personal items in here. As we get into the kitchen and as we get into the bedroom, you're going to start seeing some personal items. So I'm just going to stop right now because I have reviewed this one before. But typically, if you have to live in the house and you're trying to sell it, it's just more than likely you want to reduce as much personal items as you can. Okay, so in conclusion, I just want to say thank you again for watching my content. I try to give an analysis every single day of the real estate market in this area, and it's been a pleasure working with you. Again, please like, subscribe, and follow. And just on a personal note, if there's anything that you'd like to see, just reach out to me, and I'd be happy to put it in my next video if I can. And then the channel's growing. I really appreciate your patience with me, and I'm new to this, and I'm just glad that we get to grow together. So as always, it was a pleasure working with you today, and I hope you have a wonderful day.